Well, hello, Christ the King. It's a field trip. We are at Dorcas Ministries here in Cary, and because it's Feed the Need Sunday, we wanted you to see where the food that we're going to buy at the Publix in just a few minutes is actually going to end up and how much good it's going to do. I brought with me my sidekick. Would you like to introduce yourself, Phil?
I'm Phil Telfer, and I'm head of the S team at Christ the King, and this is one of the ministries that we work with very closely all year round.
Yes, Dorcas does so many things. I mean, they're not just a food pantry, they're a thrift shop. They have programs to help with rent and utilities and mortgages and housing and education and job training. Some of you might remember that last year CTK gave a special $15,000 grant to their entrepreneur program where they are training people to start their own businesses. That was one of those programs that grew out of the pandemic. Today, of course, we want to particularly talk about the food pantry part because it is Feed the Need Sunday, and our reading from the gospel is the feeding of the 5,000, where Jesus takes 2 fish and 5 loaves and multiplies them in this great famous miracle. Well, I want to say that we're about to see the same miracle, the miracle of Cary again this year as we multiply the gifts that God has given us for the benefit of many people who are hungry. So, Phil, are you ready to go in? Let's go meet Kathy, who is the director of the food pantry, and she'll explain it to us and give us a little tour. Let's go in. Well, here we are in the Dorcas thrift shop, and we are meeting Kathy Goldston.
Welcome.
Who is the director, thank you, Kathy, who is the director of the food pantry. And of course, today we are particularly interested in the food operation here at Dorcas. But since we're here, we want to see the thrift store too, because that's what Dorcas is very much famous for.
Very famous
So,
for.
Kathy, tell us a little bit about it and give us a little tour.
Well, the thrift shop is what is a huge driving force behind what client services can do in the pantry, in helping people pay rent whenever they're in crisis, medical bills, scholarships, etc. So the donations that come in are gone through in the back, and then they're put out here for sale at great prices. I think this thrift shop every year wins prize for the best thrift shop in Western Wake County. So it's very, very popular, and it does generate a lot of money, more than you can imagine, really.
Well, show
for a
us
thrift
the
shop.
different sections. And
Well-
anybody can shop here, right?
Anyone can
You
come
don't
and
have
shop.
to be qualified or anything like
No,
that.
anyone can shop.
Yeah. In fact, we want everybody to shop, so it generates that money you need for your social
Exactly.
services.
So yes, this is like Walmart at Christmas.
Yeah.
Housewares.
Housewares.
And beautiful crystal pieces.
Yeah.
We have a vintage area, which is over here. Of course, sets of dishes, pots and pans, glasses. And here we are coming up on the children's clothes, which is so important.
Well, look at this. Boys' pants for $1.
Uh-huh.
Right? Girls' dresses $1. Really?
It's wonderful, and everything is in tip-top shape because the volunteers in the back make sure.
You can see the care that they took
Yes.
because all this comes in bags, right? When I give clothing to Dorcas, I bring you a trash bag full
Yeah,
of clothes.
that's
I mean,
right.
they are clean and everything else, but they need to be sorted by sizes.
Sorted, and they,
all that,
try to
and-
smooth them
Yep.
out and get wrinkles out. So yes, it's a wonderful to buy kids' clothes.
It's a huge operation, really.
Over here, even more for the little fellows, and little girls.
So, Kathy, how old is Dorcas now? 50 something?
We're
right?
in our 54th year.
54th year, and Christ the King was one of the congregations
Yes.
that helped found the original Dorcas
Yes.
called Community in Action.
Yeah, Christian Community,
Christian Community in Action, it was called, and Dorcas grew out of that. So we can be proud as CTK that we've been part of this from the beginning.
Absolutely.
This is where the items are being brought in, right? So
Yeah, the cars are out
when the
there.
donors come here, they drive to the back of the building and drop their stuff. Many of our CTK members know this because they are people who come and bring things. All right, so here we are in the food pantry. This is where our tour of Dorcas will end. And of course, this is the part of Dorcas we particularly want to talk about today when we talk about the feeding of the 5,000, because this food pantry feeds 5,000 and probably more than that. We'll hear about that. Phil, what do you want to know about the food pantry?
Kathy, how many people do you usually serve here at the pantry?
So I would say that the average is about 300 families per month, and they can shop twice, so that could end up being 600 families. Probably that would come out to about 1,000 to 1,200 individuals.
And how often can they use the pantry?
They can use it twice a month.
And how did they qualify to be able to come to the pantry?
So it's not a lot of hoops to have to jump through. You have to be a resident of Morrisville or Cary. If you happen to live in Raleigh, but you have children in school in Cary or Morrisville, then you qualify to be able to come and use the pantry. And it is meant to continue the mission of Dorcas, which is to help people get up on their feet and then be independent enough to, at whatever point, to be able to go to the grocery store and feel comfortable.
Well, in addition to food, what else do you have here that they can get when they come?
So we have, thanks to Christ the King and others, we have hygiene products, and we have toothpaste and soap, body wash, shampoo. We have diapers, baby food, the toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies, and we also have added a pet food section.
Say a sentence, Phil, about the new CSA program and the grant we got from our church, the national church, the ELCA, to buy food from the farm fresh and give it to food pantries, including Dorcas.
Well, the grant is with a program that works directly with black farmers, and we purchase the produce from the farmers and pay for it with the grant from the ELCA, and then we're able to distribute it to food banks in the area, and Dorcas is one of the recipients of that. And we just finished up our spring season of produce, and we're getting ready to head into the summer and fall, and we'll continue to do that.
And that's $20,000 that we got
Wow,
from the ELCA.
that's wonderful.
I know food pantries are always in need of fresh food, particularly.
Oh yes, because we really want folks to eat nutritiously.
I know that our refugee family comes here twice a month, and they're able to stock up on food and sundries. But with the meat, how does that work when there are special needs for instance, they only eat halal meat?
Right, and we do have a few families that can only have halal meat. So what we do, they can't eat fish. So if we happen to have fish, we offer them the fish. But usually we don't have fish. So what we do is give gift cards to grocery stores, and they can go purchase fish there. Obviously at the grocery stores they can't get the halal meat, but at least they are able to get the fish, and they are so appreciative of that. They really are.
Do they pay for the food, or is it all free?
Oh, it's all free. They do not pay. We get financial donations and lots of food donations, and that is why we're able to serve the community
Excellent.
that needs it. So Feed the Need is just a wonderful food drive that really helps support the food and our
Amen to
clients.
that.
Yes.